Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I do for a little while. I go over there, try food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink the stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I was kind of debating between two items, but I think I've decided. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That is not the case today. I actually bought this 2 or 3 days ago, something like that. Went over there, decided to pop off to the old Walmart, buy a few supplies. And, like, I don't know about other Walmarts, but, like, the Walmart by me, they, and, like, most of the Walmarts I've been to, they have, like, a little section, like, kind of off by the registers now, where they have, like, some, you know, like, highlight items. You know, they have, like, a little mini cooler section where you can just grab stuff. And then, you know, they'll have, like, weird items that you're probably not going to find in the rest of the store. And I went over there and I happened to spot one and I was like, yeah, that seems like a thing I would review. But I almost reviewed it. Almost. And I will eventually review, but not right now. Where'd it go? I was going to review, boom, Tiger Energy Drink, which again, I will get to, just not today. Because I just got through reviewing, boom, Brew Point Coffee. This specifically was their Almond Biscotti Latte. Go look up that review. But what am I actually reviewing for you? What did I buy a couple days ago from the Walmart? Well, folks, boom, it's this. It is Sweet Chaos, Delightfully Disruptive, Drizzled Popcorn, Cold Stone Creamery Cake Batter, Sweet and Salty Kettle Corn with Cake Batter Flavored Drizzle, gluten-free, made with cane sugar and sea salt, no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial colors and flavors, non-GMO, whole grain, Jesus, with all the stuff. Okay, so yes, it's from Sweet Chaos. It is Cold Stone Creamery Drizzled Cake Batter Popcorn. Boom! Looks like this. Can we get a thing? Ha 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 ha. Sure, it's got a little thing on the back. Every now and then, from amid the madness, a rush of breaks through. Sweet Chaos is like a well-deserved sigh of pure relief. A delightful break in your day, as we like to say, delightfully disruptive. While our flavor may not always be sweet like candy, our delivery is always sweet, as in awesome. Oh boy, they're just going with it. We have... Where do I get the job to write this shit? I could come up with this nonsense. We hand pop our non-GMO kernels in coconut oil for a creamy richness. And we add drizzle and some awesome sprinkles, all the while skipping the nasty artificial stuff. We can't do much about the busy in your life, but we can bring a sweet to the chaos. Jesus, the thing. Let's just eat some damn popcorn. And it's got all the things. Seriously, if anybody needs somebody to just write bullshit on the back of their stuff, I could do that. I could do that all day. Alright. Well, that smells like cake batter. Now, I have to mention, this is a small bag. It's not as big as my head like most bags, but I do want to mention that is how much actual popcorn you are getting. This isn't a shit just on Sweet Chaos or what the fuck ever. This is just shit on basically the entire snack industry for going over there and cutting down on the snacks we get for the price. Because, I mean, come the fuck on. That's ridiculous. But anyway, let's give it a thing. It looks like that. It actually has little sprinkles on it. Hopefully it'll be good. Well, they didn't drizzle that on there. That's really on there. Like, that's a proper candy coating. Okay. Alright, that's not bad. It's interesting. Like, so when it comes to, like, candy popcorns, see, like, I live in Illinois, if you're unaware. Living in Illinois, popcorn is actually our state treat. It's like our state snack. You can get some very nice gourmet popcorn from numerous places. I've actually reviewed some from like Garrett's. I did a thing for what was it? I did a cheddar popcorn comparison from a few places. Chicago and Illinois, man, we know our popcorn. When it comes to candy popcorns, boy, oh boy, is that kind of a rough one. Because it kind of defeats the purpose of, like, what popcorn normally does. You know, like, in terms of, like, flavor profile and stuff. And you really have to be careful with it. If you go too overboard with it, it can be a bit much. And I say that as a kid who, back when I was a kid, we used to go over there and get, like, big tins of popcorn. That was, like, a thing that people would give you. And it would usually be filled with, like, a whole bunch of butter popcorn, some cheddar popcorn, and some caramel corn. And as a kid, I used to eat the shit out of the caramel corn. That was, like, the best thing ever. As an adult, if I tried to do that now, I would surely die. It would just go so poorly for me. So when it comes to the candy stuff, it's like, you gotta be smart with it. So I'm gonna go over there and get a proper thing now. Alright. Well, okay. Like, they're going for, almost a sweet and salty kind of thing. But the thing is like, there's not much in the way of the salty aspect. It's mostly just sweet. So in that way, it does sort of, like, venture into, somewhat cautious territory, like I was saying with the caramel corn. Because it could be a bit too much. Now this is a relatively small bag. I don't think it would be a problem. I think a big bag of this would be a bit too much. I think it'd be a little bit too rich, a little bit too sweet for one person. But, if you were sharing it around, it might be a little bit of fun. In terms of the actual flavor itself, kind of get a cake batter aspect to it. Like, sort of. It's almost more of, like, kind of a general sort of ice cream flavor is kind of more what I'm getting. Because the thing is, when I think cake batter, right, like cake batter, I think, it's got that mix, that, like, kind of fattiness to it with the sweetness. With this, like, butteriness, that's a better word for it. With this, there is a little bit of a butteriness kind of at the beginning, but then it really does just kind of give away mostly to the sweetness. I kind of get what they're going for, but I'd almost, like, if it wasn't for the sprinkles, I would almost just think, like, vanilla ice cream, basically. But it's honestly pretty good. Like, even though I don't think it's the most balanced in terms of the flavor profile, again, I think if they'd let the saltiness kind of weigh in there a little bit, I think it would have personally made for, a little bit more interesting experience. But I don't mind it at all. And, it's kind of fun for what it is. Yeah, I can kind of go with it. Two questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend it? Yeah, occasionally and sure. So, this would not, for me, be a go-to popcorn. But I don't think that it would be for most people. I think this is more of just kind of an occasional treat, which is perfectly fine. To be fair, you shouldn't be eating a shitload of popcorn anyway. But, for me personally, if I'm going to go for a popcorn, I'm typically going to go for something like a Chicago cheddar, because that's the type of popcorn that I like. Barring that, maybe like, a buttered popcorn. Something along those lines. The sweeter popcorns are ones that I tend to hold off on. They're a little bit more here or there. This definitely falls into that category. But in terms of the, that particular category, I don't think it's as rich or as sweet as like a caramel corn. So it's a little bit more kind of work withable. And then beyond that, like, compared to some of the other ones I've had ones that were supposed to taste like s'mores and stuff, I actually think this does a better job of sort of putting that flavor forward, you know? Like, even though I don't think it exactly really mimics the cake batter, you know, experience the way that maybe it wanted to, I get where they're going with it, and ultimately it is actually pretty tasty. Like, you know, it's not overly sweet, maybe a little bit, you know, a little bit too sweet, but not overly sweet. And again, I think if you're just doing a small bag or if you're sharing it with people, and so if I'm recommending it, it kind of falls under that category. If you don't like sweet popcorns, really no reason to pick it up. But I think, you know, if you enjoy popcorn and you're kind of willing to venture out a little bit, this is actually a pretty good one. It's, you know, like I said, it's a little bit of fun. Maybe something you could go over there and share with friends and family or something like that. You know, there's something to it. It's not a personal favorite of mine, but I could see where they're going with it, and I think that it's, you know, it's a good product. 5 things before you get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly a happy birthday cake-tastic rest of your life. Woo! Happy birthday with the things and the candles and all this stuff. You've seen it. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. Try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and bullshit. And when it is, take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe there's a popcorn company that makes some banging-ass popcorn that I haven't reviewed yet. By all means, hit me up. I actually have a friend on my Facebook page. He's a musician by trade, but he also makes gourmet popcorn. And so hopefully come February, because he's presently out on tour right now, but come February, I'm planning to hit him up, go over there and put in an order, you know, so hopefully I'll get to try some interesting flavors for you. But, you know, like I said, I mean, there's all kinds of places making really great popcorn right now. So if there is something you want me to try, you know, just toss it in the, you know, the comments section. I try to get to stuff when I can. I promise, I apologize, I do not get to all of it. Sometimes I just forget, because look at me. Do I look like I'm a responsible adult? Fuck no. But, or conversely, I mean, you know, if you have any personal popcorn, personal popcorn that you enjoy, just, I hope that you enjoy it, and, you know, maybe sneak some into a movie theater every now and again, because fuck paying for theater popcorn. Am I right? I'm right. Bye.